Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work, man. I'm out and about taking care of some business and things, and it is raining like crazy. We have had so much rain this year, and I'm not complaining, but I wish I could send some of this to the West. I believe me, I wish I could send all this to you guys because you need it. It's like there's been so many damn hurricanes, it's almost like the Washington football team. They ran out of names. Literally. Let's just call it hurricane. Hurricane coming, okay? You know, we get the remnants of it, so it's been pouring literally nonstop since I got up this morning. And it's just wet. It's just really, really wet. I guess there ain't nothing we can do about it. I guess this is just 2020. All right, so news on our Dallas Cowboys. Today is Andy Dalton's birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton was at the facilities but was not in practice today. Everybody else on the 53-man practice roster was at practice today and practicing. So that means even Xavier Woods, which, that's a good thing if you're a Xavier Woods fan, because when you're not at practice and there's not a reason and they say it's not injury, a lot of times that means we're working on a deal to trade you. We want to make sure you're in bubble wrap so you don't get injured before we get you out the door. So the speculation was yesterday, Xavier Woods was not there, and they didn't give a reason for it, and they said it wasn't injury. So it's kind of like, why are you going to say it wasn't injury, but you're not saying what it was? That led to the whole speculation, and of course everybody running around after it, but it was a family issue or something like that, they said today, and so he was there today. But Andy Dalton did not practice, and more than likely that means he's not going to play. And it was looking like the Ben DiNucci era will begin this weekend in Dallas. Yeah. The good thing, at least with Ben DiNucci, is he's a young guy, and he has done a bit of running, scrambling, and moving around at JMU. He's been in some big games, Division I AA national championship games twice, and get an opportunity. It'll be interesting to see that first game for him to come out there, going into the game for a start on the Dallas Cowboys football team. I bet when he was at JMU last year, he never envisioned that actually happening. And much like Dak Prescott, I'm sure when Dak Prescott started the season as the third string quarterback, he wasn't expecting to ever see the field anytime soon, especially not week one. And he took advantage of that opportunity and held on to it until he broke his ankle. So this is an opportunity, not just for him, but a lot of guys. A lot of guys, because the Cowboys have let go of some players, like Don Terry Poe's fat ass, Darryl Worley, Emerson Griffin. Young guys are going to have an opportunity to make a name for themselves, start working towards that big contract. Some people say, well, what about Cooper Rush? Didn't we just re-sign him? Yeah, but he's got to go through the COVID protocol and everything else, and it's already Thursday. You've already put in most of the stuff in there. Now, interesting thing that happened today at the press conference for Mike McCarthy, he was asked a question, and apparently somebody didn't realize their mic was still on the Zoom call. And they were like, God. Somebody was asking a question, and it was just like, God. Yeah, it was kind of funny.
Can you talk about in the past the research and thoughts that you put into how you structure the practice week, getting back to your time in Green Bay? Given the trend of slow starts, Is that something that you take a look at, seeing whether or not you tweak how you structure the practice week, or is that something that's off the table?
God.
Someone didn't like the question, huh? Or...
I think it was that bad.
I just wanted, that wasn't me. So, Jesus. I got the question.
Only the Cowboys could have our defensive coordinator get hot sauce in the eye and can't continue. Then the next day, have Jerry Jones literally tell somebody to shut up. And now somebody say, God, we are a mess. In other news, the worry for me, and the worry should be for all of us, because it's getting kind of bad out there. Will Hernandez for the New York Giants ended up testing positive for COVID. And I think all but four, it's Philly 500, texting me some stuff, talking some crap. Man, I'm going to kick that fool's butt. All but four of the Giants' offensive linemen are in COVID protocol right now. I don't know how they're going to play Monday night if they only have four offensive linemen. Although maybe it looks like they've only been playing with four offensive linemen for some of those games. I think it's one of the New Orleans Saints wide receivers too that currently has 102 fever. And that's a big concern. And I'm going to tell you, this crazy thing. A lot of people say, it's no big deal and stuff, man. Most people just get it, and we hear about football players, Cam Newton, tested positive, now he's back on the football field. And for a lot of people, it ends up being that way. In the same way that a lot of people have had strep throat. I bet you've had strep throat. I had strep throat is short for Streptococcus A. I had Streptococcus A that attacked my bloodstream. And it ended up being in my knee. Turned into like a flesh-eating bacteria. Doesn't happen very often, does it? There were 12 cases in the state I live in at the time. 8 of them died. And so, let me see. Let's see if you guys can see this. Now, this has also been burned, but you can see the scar right here. I had a temperature of 103. Started on Wednesday. The little red dot on my knee. And then it started swelling like crazy. By Saturday, oh no, I'm sorry, it's 104 temperature. By Saturday, my knee was that color. And it was the size of a basketball. And over the course of the next 2 weeks of being in the hospital, in one of those negative pressure rooms, where they came in with the whole suits and everything on, I had 3 knee operations to save my leg. And was told that had it been 12 more hours, I would have lost my legs. Had it been 24 more hours, I would have lost my life. I spent 6 months learning how to walk again. And that was just from strep throat. Doesn't happen to everybody. But the ones it happens to, shit's real. And that's the thing about COVID. Shortage of people. Okay, I got a cough and a little fever and I was done, okay. Some others, not so much. And hearing about one of the wide receivers for them with the 102 fever and everything else, and you start wondering, is he one of the ones that, like DT's nephew, that gets really, really sick from it? So I ask everybody to try and do everything they can to try and keep it down. And as we start having now more fans that are going to games and stuff, and people are getting tired of talking about COVID and thinking about COVID, but COVID ain't done with you just because you're done with it. And I'm afraid it's going to get rough this winter. And as you start hearing about teams, more and more teams over the last few weeks that are players that are testing positive, and I'm not sure we're going to have this whole season. We'll have to wait and see. So you're up to date with everything that is the Dallas Cowboys. I got to go get some paint and some drain cleaner.